So, hopefully you Flight Sim guys got the memo. My last video was basically me saying that I started a new channel for just Flight Simulator. That's going to be at Topper Vision X, all one word. I'll try to put that link in this description as well in case you lost that other or didn't see that video, but all of Flight Sim is going to be on that channel now. This channel here, Topper Vision Int, is going to be probably pretty boring for Flight Sim guys now, and you can definitely unsubscribe if you want to. But I'm going to continue doing the Flight Simulator on the new channel, and I hope to this winter be posting quite a bit more there. But this is going to be all plastic models and insects and RC and things like that that Flight Sim guys may not really be interested in. But you model car guys are probably going to really like it. This particular, I just want to say to Jimmy, yes, I appreciate you coming on camera and talking about what bad thing that happened with you. And I looked up what you said the doctor said was the problem there. That's very serious. We've got y'all and you in all of our prayers for sure. That needs to get cleared up, and it needs to go away and get you back to higher quality of life. And we're praying for you, man. But this video here is going to be is probably entitled California Dune Buggy Part 1, and this is probably only going to be about 2 parts. That is this kit right here. And if you're saying to yourself, there he goes getting sidetracked again, yeah, that's kind of what I do. I don't have a whole lot of time and just really follow my interest. I will be getting back to the Manta pretty soon. But that's quite a bit more complicated kit, and I wanted to do an easy one real quick. And that is what this Dune Buggy is. Let me show you where I am so far. Okay. Also, this camera I hope is not going to cut out, but it is on its last legs. It's going to be replaced soon, I think. Okay, this is a very different kit. Definitely not the old classic muscle car on a frame that I'm used to. This is going to be, it's a Manx Dune Buggy. This is a reissue of an old kit, and the parts are proving to be very much like repopped old parts. Every piece I come across is requiring lots and lots of cleanup. They're not molded very well, and it's just because the although the parts, of course, that I'm showing right now seem to be okay, you're going to have to trust me. Every part that I've had to deal with so far has been a little bit of a disaster and needing a lot of attention to get them to look good. The chrome is pretty good. I'm kind of reserving the right to strip these because I'm not sure exactly which ones I want to strip and which ones I want to leave chromed. I think that probably, especially most of the engine, I'm going to leave chromed, and the wheels I'll leave chrome on this one because they look pretty good, I think. And the engine parts are molded pretty good, pretty clean, nice and shiny. And you got 2 engine options on this. You have the Corvair V6 or the Volkswagen 4. And on this one I'm going to go with Volkswagen 4. And kind of hold on to that V6 for something else, because you don't come across those too often. This is what I'm talking about. See how on these cylinders, the very old molds here, and those are going to have to be stripped and painted, and so those may or may not look very good. But who knows until you try it. Anyway, the idea I had for this kit is from old TV show, a silly one called Wonder Bug, and that is kind of what I'm going for here. This is where I am on the chassis, basic Dune Buggy frame. I really like the way the shocks are set up on this. And then of course the rear, this is kind of just mocked up. Just to look at it, that transmission strap is an example of a part that looks terrible because it's been repopped so many times. The basic chassis. Now the move that out of the way. The body's coming along pretty good. This has been repainted already. I had a bit of a paint disaster. I may or may not pause here to show you that disaster. I might not. It depends on what happens in editing. But yeah, it's definitely been painted and stripped and done over again. And if I happen to be showing those slides right now, that was some old NASCAR paint, which I didn't realize was flat paint. And in the process of continuing to paint it and trying to correct it, disaster, just it can't be saved. You can't force a flat paint job to become a glossy paint job, and what you're seeing there is an example of that. So I had to give up on the whole thing and strip it all the way down to white again and start over. But I ended up using the red, and what I'm going for here, I think I mentioned Wonder Bug already. It's a TV show from the 70s, late 70s, Crop Super Show. And I have a clip of it. I hope that I move this over to the side so that I can hopefully get that little clip in there and playing. You can almost imagine. I don't really want to make this completely Wonder Bug because a friend of mine told me that he made Wonder Bug already, and I can't. So if somebody's done it, I can't do it. But basically, Wonder Bug is either orange or red. I'm a bit colorblind. It looks red to me for the most part, but they describe it as being orange. And but definitely orange or red with white bumpers and roll bar. That's the rear bumper, roll bar, front bumper, not showing up because of the lighting, but right there. There's the mock-up. And then of course the windshield, I'm going to have to set this up here. We'll take some careful masking to make the frame of the windshield will be white, and it will really stand out. You know, of course, there's the headlights. And to make Wonder Bug, you would want to put the little googly eyes on there from like a craft store. I guess I'm not going to do that. It's just going to be basically a Wonder Bug look-alike, kind of like somebody would actually do and have that on the road. But you know, paint came out pretty good, I must say. I hope it's focusing. It's not completely focusing. There it goes. I took that hump out of the middle of the hood because I didn't know what that was really. This camera is usually much better at focusing. There it goes. And well, basically that's all I got there so far. Part 2 will probably be the finish of it, and just wanted to share, just make sure, just try to get some videos going again, and hopefully I'll have part 2 on the Manta coming up. I have been working on that. The body's looking good. I don't want to show it here because this is about the Dune Buggy. But, you know, I am still working on it, the whole 5 minutes a day or 5 minutes every 2 days or whatever I can fit in. But I'm not giving up. I'll continue on from here. Y'all have a good one. Later.